Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again with the follow-up video on the Blade Vortex Low-Life RF Inquisitor. And it's a pretty successful character. Overall, it took me a bit to get into the Blade Vortex playstyle because it is ultimately still kind of just like RF, where you just get a circle around you and run at enemies, but there's a bit more crunch to it. And once I kind of fine-tuned how I was playing the character, the bit more cast speed and just feeling a bit better about it and a bit thicker, I did start to get into leveling through the endgame maps, and a lot of the boss fighting and a lot of the just one-on-one bosses is pretty damn satisfying to just buzz them down at the moment, since the DPS is pretty respectable for a Blade Vortex that can still be kind of thick at the end of the day. So the character got to something like 7 to 10 million DPS, depending on burst and all that, and a few cooldowns. And for the most part, against 1v1 bosses or 1v2 bosses, something like that, it's pretty fucking clean. So a lot of the time I was just killing stuff with Unleash or Spell Echo, so either of those are what I was using for clear. But if I wanted the real big single target, I'd swap into Conk Effect and then just have a single stacks going from my right click, which takes 10 stacks to get to max, and in some cases it doesn't always pay off because it does take a bit to get to those stacks. But the overall gameplay for the clear with the Unleash or the Spell Echo feels pretty decent once you've got as much area as you can possibly get without like really going out of your way for more. You could even see that was actually getting through some tough simulacrums. This is like wave 25 or some shit, so this character actually ended up doing my highest ever simulacrum, which is getting up to wave 28 or 9, I can't remember at this point. But the last few waves, anything past 20 was getting pretty damn sketchy. It was really just up to what kind of mods were on the map, and if it was cannot slow, for example, that means things just couldn't get frozen, then it was really tough to survive. But the entire setup of lots of regen, low life and a bunch of armor and block and all that actually worked out pretty well for our thickness. I did in the end have, I think, 3,000 life regen, and about 1,200 or some shit gets taken away by RF, so we still got almost 2,000 regen left over on the character. And then there's some leech from the Atziri Flask, though on a Watcher's Eye Vitality mod would have been a bit more reliable. Otherwise, I think I did about as good as I could have building the character's defenses while also trying to get plenty of DPS. And like I said, the single target bosses here, this is with Conk Effect, so you just stack up 10 stacks, and as long as you don't really have to move much, or as long as you are killing the boss almost immediately, then you're getting max value out of your Conk Effect and out of your 10 stacks. And shit, I didn't even have RF up for this Elder kill, I can now notice. Yeah, you gotta keep pressing RF into boss fights, and it's quite a lot of my damage at this point, just having perma-sustain of RF. Don't know what else to say about all that. So flasks help a good bit too, but not too pivotal. If you don't have flasks up, didn't really matter, because the brittle ground that you drop with your boots is basically all you kind of need. Just it caps your crit at that point, and then Taste of Hate just makes you a bit tankier and a little bit more damage, and a Series Flask, a little bit more damage, but mostly there for getting some extra leech, I think, ultimately. And the crit flask at this stage, not really necessary. If you wanted, could do something like a phasing flask, or even something kind of bigger. Shit. Can't remember what we're talking about. The Synthesis Cortex flask thing always just escapes my Bottled Faith, that's the one. Could do one of those. But that's a bit more expensive, as you would imagine. So a lot of these boss fights were basically just a joke. The Guardians and Mavens and Elders, Siriuses, all that type of shit. But as we go over the top of the rest of these other bosses, and even tanking some Shaper Slams with our Varmalt and Shell, I will mention that the one big pitfall of this build is if you get kind of, or of Blade Vortex, if you get kind of far behind on your stacks of Blade Vortex because you're doing some other shit, it's kind of hard to recover, and you will kind of notice that in some 4-way invitations. but primarily in the Feared. The Feared just has so much like going on, and you have to be very melee with your skill, your Blade Vortex, and keeping your stacks up, and you kind of need that little bit of window of opportunity to stand back, recover occasionally, and get your stacks up, or let your life regen go to work, and the Fear doesn't really let you do that. Plus, there's a few other bullshit things, and ultimately, it's just like the worst thing ever for a really, really melee character, and I'm going to leave you guys with the full video of it. It doesn't make me look very good at all, and it's probably the hardest I'd raged in a while at PoE. So that's just a bit of a rant at the end of the Feared video. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed the fight. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.
I grow impatient.
Chayula again.
Times atrophy. No rest.
Oh no.
Chasing death.
Wait. I want to take on the synthete now then.
Longer is better.
Dude, it almost happened again.
Duplicate attack. A vitality boon.
Can you get away from all of your fucking meme over there, dude?
Chasing death.
I can't dodge this.
Live on.
The same thing. How is that fucking balanced, dude?
Atrophy.
This Elder fucking synthete combo. Like, I was actually watching my character. He was stuck in the longest fucking animation in the history of the universe.
I must have time.
Ah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can at least take on the synthete. So I want to get rid of him as a priority. Getting Elder sucked again. I can't move.
Not good.
See how goddamn slow that is. I don't know if I can start out with Conk, basically. I think I'm not getting my DPS up.
The void imbued. Oh, hilarious. Duplicate attack. Times atrophy.
I agree with Method.
Who's not taking any fucking damage during that thing? Yeah, I don't know, man. Arms roots laying around. Sure, but I'm too built into my current, boots for resist and shit, and there's no fucking way I'm just changing stuff out. It's fine.
Renewed. Times atrophy. Harder fight.
Hey, in theory, this is still maybe doable.
Starting early. The void imbued.
Embrace my misery. Embrace my misery.
Hilarious.
Ah, the fuck.
Vitality boon. Times atrophy.
She heals, eh?
Oh, hilarious. Duplicate attack.
I mean, I don't even have RF up right now.
Times atrophy.
Which does mean I can take a lot of damage, so I don't know. when I try and do something.
Live on! Live on!
That's just Flame Blast? This is, yeah, just super frustrating being that melee. At this point, I don't think I need to change anything. Just get a good
I must have
attack
time.
window. Should be okay.
Chasing death. Duplicate attack. The void imbued. Ah, hilarious.
Embrace my misery.
I mean, almost.
Tongue's atrophy. Longer is better.
Embrace my misery.
Reconstructing
No, dude, she was almost dead.
hilarious. The void imbued.
I couldn't get away! Dude, as long as she doesn't, as long as I get in there, get the damage off real quick, and she doesn't heal, then it's fine. Oh no, I'm dead.
Hilarious. Duplicate attack.
Okay, now I just need to deal with 9 Shapers in a pretty scuffed arena.
Ah, a vitality boon.
Why
Embrace my
did the arena basically reset just then?
The void imbued. Reconstructing early.
embrace my misery.
Hilarious.
4 Shapers, is it? Or 3?
Hilarious. The stink of battle. Hurry! I want to watch another.
Is that an actual Tsiri fucking thing? 'Cause that might be some money, I don't know. What about you? The thing? Tsiri Breach, it's 100C. Man, it's pretty cheap at this point. Flawless Breachstone is good, it's usually just content. Not actually selling really, but maybe I could. And plus 2 AoE, plus 2 socketed trap Kingsguard. Fucking, I don't know, maybe. Someone wants to 6 socket 6 link that piece of shit. That's so fucked. So in conclusion, all I can say is I was just molding. I was absolutely seething. All this served to do was fucking infuriate me as being a melee or like basic melee character. It is so fucking dog shit. The entire time I am internally just fucking crying with rage at the fact that I could never get in there or do anything. I could have had a 5th of my damage, a 10th of my budget as Ice Spear, and I would have done it way easier. My fucking god, is that an uncomfortable fight as the most melee thing in the universe. Strike skills are fine, dude. Strike skills can attack from the other side of the universe. That ain't the same thing at all. Unless you actually build into 0 fucking strike range, which you shouldn't.